Hello guys, good day. So again, andito naman ulit tayo for another module. So ang title ng module natin is Variable Acceleration Motion. So, let's start. So, zoom ko lang ng konti pa. Ayan. So, for this module, pag-aaralan natin is Variable Acceleration Motion. So, in this session, you will get to know more about the concepts of dynamics of rigid bodies and other engineering science. By the end of this session, you should be able to analyze non-uniform acceleration motion using calculus. Okay. So, ayan, naka-highlight na yung word na calculus. So, in short, guys, a-apply natin siya ng differential and integral calculus. So, that's why, pinareview ko sa inyo last meeting yung basic concept or yung mga naunang topic lang ni integral at saka ni differential. So, non-uniform acceleration siya kasi in every specified time, iba't iba yung magiging value mo ng acceleration. So, kaya siya is non-uniform acceleration. So, non-uniform acceleration constitute the most general description of motion. It refers to variation in the rate of change in velocity. Simply put, it means that acceleration changes during motion. So not only during the change in time, but ito nga, sabi niya, nagbabago siya during motion. So habang gumagalaw, even the change in velocity. So the derived equation of motion discussed in session 1 can only be used when an object is moving with a constant acceleration. So, yung mga SV, VOT, plus 1 half AT squared. So, yung mga yon is applicable lang kapag constant yung acceleration. Pero kapag siya ay non-uniform acceleration na, so dyan napapasok yung ating application with using calculus. So, either integral yan or differential. So, when the acceleration varies, this is when we must use calculus. Diyos ko, capitalize pa yung ano. And the derived 3 kinematic differential equation. So, ito naman is na-discuss din sa last module natin. So, alam naman natin that yung velocity mo, that is ds all over dt. Acceleration, so that is dv over dt. And ito, nakuha natin tong ads is equals to v dv sa using these two equation. Ano? So, nangyari lang yan, sinolve mo siya in terms of dt. So, that will be ds all over d. And then, yung isa, using equation 2, that will be dv over a. So, in-equate mo lang yung dalawa, kaya ka nag-arrive sa equation na to. So, that was discussed also before nung ating mga naunang videos. Okay, so, to simplify this topic or this lecture part, so, ganito kasi mangyayari dyan, guys. So, in displacement, if gusto mong makuha yung velocity niya, so, i-differentiate mo siya or a-apply mo ng differential calculus. Okay? And then, when it is a velocity and gusto mong makuha yung acceleration niya, so, i-differentiate mo siya. So, kabaligtaran lang, kapag yung acceleration ang given and gusto mong makuha yung velocity, so, mag-i-integrate. Okay? And same as for velocity. If you want to solve for the displacement, so, mag-i-integrate ka din. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-diagram niya. Pero, as long as alam mo itong tatlong equation to, kahit nga yung dalawa lang, masosolve naman natin siya. So, itong acceleration, hindi lang dito na isulat, pero, di ba, meron pa siyang isang formula. Kung saan ito, double derivative lang nung sa ds all over dt squared natin. Okay? So, sige. Ayan. So, ito yung ating mga cases. So, for this topic, nahati siya into several cases. So, hanggang case 5. So, basahin natin. So, the displacement. So, ang given sa iyo is yung displacement na equation or yung S. So, yung S mo is with the function of t. So, in short, yung equation niya, let's just say na maglagay tayo ng value. Sabihin natin na t cube for t squared plus 3. Ayan, nagawa-gawaan lang ako. And then for acceleration, ganun lang din. So, for case 1 pala, to find the velocity v and acceleration a, use two successive differentiation. Okay, so ang mangyayari nga lang, so coming from the diagram, so kung gusto mo makuha yung velocity mo, given ka ng displacement equation, i-differentiate mo siya. So ang mangyayari lang, ito, differentiate mo yung s, di ba magiging ds yan. And then i-differentiate mo itong mga function, yung equation in terms of function of time, di ba magiging dt yan. And alam naman natin na yung velocity is equals lang sa ds all over dt. So guys, madali lang to. Narinig nyo lang kasi yung word na calculus, isipin nyo na mahirap siya. Pero kung alam nyo yung pinaka-basic niya, ito lang naman basic application ng or yung mga naunang topic ng integral and differential. So madali lang naman siya. So next, so for the acceleration, if the acceleration is expressed in terms of time, or a is equals to function of t, for case number 2. So in order to find the velocity and displacement, use the kinematic differential equation a is equals to dv over dt. And v is equals to ds all over dt with the aid of integration. So under case 2 pala, kapag function of time yan, yung acceleration mo. So apply natin siya ng integration. Okay, so naka-specify naman dyan guys kung ano yung gagamitin nyo na type ng calculus. Okay? Next, so for case number 3, dito naman, the velocity is given as a function of time. So, given yung velocity, function of time, so this is a combination of case 1 and case 2. So, combination lang ng ng application. So, ito lang din yung i-apply mo. Sabi nga dyan, combination. So, to find the displacement s, substitute the given v with the function of time to v is equals to ds over dt. Then, integrate and to find the acceleration a. Differentiate the given v is equals to function of time. Okay? So note, the above mentioned procedure can be used only when the displacement, the velocity, and acceleration given are function of time. So these three cases, malinaw naman dyan that it is or it should be with a function of time. Or makikita nyo sa equation, yan, puro t. Okay? So for other cases, so dito naman magpapasok yung combination. So hindi na siya minsan function of t. It's either function ng s yan or function of velocity or even function of acceleration. So when the displacement, velocity, and acceleration is not a function of time, direct differentiation and integration cannot be performed as above without preliminary treatment. So dyan papasok si case 4 and si case 5. So for case 4, one of the principal variables is expressed in terms of an adjacent variable. So for example, yung velocity mo, so ang given equation niya is with respect to the function of displacement s. And for acceleration, so yung equation na given sa kanya is with respect to sa function ng velocity. Or in short, makikita mo dito sa velocity equation, yun nga, function ng displacement. So, may s cubed plus 2s squared plus s. Ito naman sa isa, for acceleration. So, with respect to sa function ng velocity, so pagpalagin na nating b plus 3, ganyan. So, the procedure here is to use a is equals to dv over dt and v is equals to ds all over dt. So, to relate the given variables in terms of the time and thereby reduce the one of the preceding three cases. After that, use integration to get the unknown parameters. Okay, so ito naman mga case na to, especially itong mga other cases, mas maunawaan nyo naman yan kapag nagbigay tayo ng mga example. Okay? So again, last case. So this is the case 5. So the given variables are not adjacent, hindi katulad sa case 4, where acceleration, so that will be given with a function of s. So ano ba yung gagawin natin kapag ganitong case 5? So in this case, we substitute the given relation in a ds v dv. So guys, kung maalala, ito yung equation na nag-derive natin using these two equation. So ito yung gagamitin. Ano ba sabi doon? Sa a ds v dv. So separate the variables and integrate to obtain one variable in terms of its adjacent variable. Thus, we obtain case 4 and proceed as indicated therein. Okay, so ang mangyayari lang, kailangan mo muna doon i-separate yung mga variables mo, tapos tsaka mo siya integrate to obtain one variable. And then, tsaka mo pa lang siya, pwedeng apply yan ng case number 4 since ito is magiging adjacent variable na. Okay? So, para mas maunawaan, ito na nga, itry natin sa mga example. Okay, so let's start with problem number 1. Simulan natin sa pinakamadali. So, when displacement S, which is in meters, is given in terms of time, t. So, if S is equals to 40 plus 3t cubed, find S, the displacement S, the velocity B, and the acceleration after 2 seconds. So, guys, given dyan yung equation ng S in terms of the time t. So, ang pinapanganap dito is yung S nga niya, yung velocity, and yung A, or yung acceleration, after 2 seconds. So, papakita ko sa inyo kung gaano ba kadali itong topic na ito. So, unahin natin yung letter A. Okay, so unahin natin yung displacement. So, that is the required. So, anong gagawin dyan? Ilatag mo lang yung equation mo. 40 plus 3t cube. Ngayon, ano daw yung kanyang displacement when the time is equals to 2 seconds. Anong gagawin natin dito sa equation na to? I-differentiate ba natin or i-integral? So, wala kayong gagawin kundi mag-direct substitution. Since given na nga yung equation na yan is for the displacement, ang gagawin mo dyan ay sasubstitute mo lang yung time, which is 2 seconds. So, napakadali ano. So, 4 times 2 plus 3 2 cube. Okay, so 2 cube 8 times 3 24 plus 8 32. Ayan na, hindi tayo gumagamit ng calcu. Next, for letter B. So for letter B, you are required to solve for the velocity. Okay, so that is the unknown. Again, the time required is 2 seconds. Dito ko na lang sulat. But alam natin na yung velocity mo, so saan ba siya equals? Di ba equals yan sa ds all over dt. So ano yung gagawin natin dito sa equation na to? Sa s is equals to 40 plus 3t cube. Tama? So, since kita nyo naman yan, kailangan natin siyang i-differentiate. Okay? So, ito, when you differentiate s, so di ba yun magiging ds lang? And then, dito tayo. So, 40, ano ba yung, ano niya? Differentiate. Kapag differentiate mo to, ano magiging siya? So, di ba 4 dt? And then, ito, di ba mangyayari lang yan, ibababa mo lang yung 3. So, magiging plus 3 times 3. And then, ito, times t. Tapos ito, mababawasan lang ng isa. And then, magiging dt siya. Okay, so ds is equals to 4. So, simplify lang natin to. I-factor out ko na guys yung dt. Okay? So, plus 9t squared. Okay? And then, after that, so, ito, i-transpose mo lang sa kabila. So, magiging ds all over dt na siya. So, velocity na yan. Okay? Or that is equals to 4 plus 9t squared. So, at 2 seconds, at t is equals to 2 seconds. So, substitute nyo lang yung value ng 2 doon sa may mga variable na t. So, the velocity at 2 seconds will be 4 plus 9 times 2 squared. So, 2 squared, 4 times 9, 36. And then, plus 4. So, that will be 40 meter per second. And, so, tama naman. So, box lang natin to. Ayan. So, next, last will be for the acceleration after 2 seconds. So, again, acceleration, that is equals lang sa dv all over dt. Or that is just the double derivative ng inyong equation for the displacement. Okay, so anyway, yun din naman yun. So, dito na lang tayo. So, isulat mo ulit yung equation niya, pero hindi ito yung i-consider mo na the 40 meter per second, but this original equation. So, equal siya sa 4 plus 9t squared. Okay? So, eto, i-derivative lang natin yung equation niya. Sorry. So, dapat pala hindi ko siya isinama dito kasi magkakaroon tayo ng confusion. So, again, given yung iyong velocity na equation, so, ang gagawin mo lang dito is take the derivative of this equation. So, magiging dv siya. Ito, differential of v. So, equals, derivative ng constant is 0 plus, so, ito again, bababa. So, 9 times 2. And then, yung t mo, so, raised to 2 minus 1 t. Okay, so dv over dt. From where, ito yung acceleration mo. So, that is equals lang sa 18t. Okay? So, at t is equals to 2 seconds, so what will be the acceleration? So, acceleration will be just equals to 18 times 2, or that will be equals to lang sa 36 meter squared. Meter per second squared. So, yan lang. Ganyan lang guys yung ginagawa. So, again, this can be classified for, I think this is case 1. Tama ba? Ayan. So, under case 1 siya. So, napalabas natin yung mga sagot. So, again, I will give you 2 minutes to copy. So, you may start copying the solution. Okay, stop copying. Let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so for problem number 2, basahin natin. So a car moves in a straight line such that for a short time, its velocity is defined by v is equals to 3t squared plus 2t. So this is in feet per second, where t is in seconds. So determine its position and acceleration when the time t is equals to 3 seconds. When t is equals to 0 and the displacement s is equals to 0. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do, so ilatag mo muna ulit yung equation na gagamitin natin. Ayan. So v is equals to 3t squared plus 2t. So ang unang pinapahanap is its position or displacement s natin. Okay, so ano ba yung gagawin natin dito sa original equation na yan? So, di ba, yung velocity mo can be written also as ds all over dt. And for the acceleration, that is equals lang sa dv all over dt. Any idea kung anong gagawin natin? Tama. So, ang gagawin natin is integrate natin. So, before we can integrate, so yung velocity, papalitan natin ng equivalent value niya, which is ds all over dt. Or, the equation will be, so ds, itataas ko na guys yung dt is equals to 3t squared plus 2t. Ayan. So the next thing that we need to do is to integrate the given equation. So integrate mo lang yan. Ayan. So ano yung kakalabasan natin? So ang sabi nga, given ka ng limits eh. Okay? So when the time is equals to 0, so saan mo ilalagay yung time? So syempre dito sa may dt. Yung displacement mong s is also equals to 0. So ang pinapahanap, what is the displacement at time na 3 seconds? So yan yung magiging upper limit natin. And para dito sa s, so ito nga yung required or unknown. So the integrate of ds, the integral of that is equals lang sa s. Kung saan yung lower limit niya is 0 up to s. And then ito, so ano ba yung integral ng 3t squared? So ano nga ginagawa kapag integral? So diba, ito, copy mo lang. Tapos ito, t, tapos magiging 2 plus 1 all over the exponent, which will be equals to 3. So I can cancel out this one. So limits niya is from 0 to 3. And para doon sa isa, so that will be plus 2t. So ito 1 plus 1 over 2. Okay, so cancel mo na lang din yan. And then from 0 to 3. So substitute the value, so this will be s. So minus the lower limit, which is 0. And then ito, so this will be 3 raised to cube minus 0 cube. So ito naman, kahit hindi na pala natin isulat. So plus 2, plus 3 squared and then minus 0 squared. So the value of your displacement will be equals lang sa, so what is 3 cube? So I think kailangan natin 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27 plus 9, or that will be equal sa 36 feet. Ayan, napalabas natin. Next, for letter B, ano ba ang sinahanap sa letter B? So, the acceleration. So, siguro may idea kayo sa gagawin sa equation natin. Again, ang acceleration mo, so that is equals lang sa dv all over dt. So, in short, etong equation natin, yung original equation, kailangan natin siyang i-differentiate. Okay? So, eto, sige, sulat na nga natin. Marami pa naman space. 3t squared plus 2t. So, ito magiging dv. And then ito, differential nitong 3t squared. So, that will be 3 times 2, 6t dt. And then plus 2 dt. So, factor out mo lang yung dt. So, that will be 6t plus 2. So, ito pala yung iwasan nyo, ano. So, lagyan nyo ng distinction kasi yung t minsan ang plus. Paalang din magkalituhan. Ayan. So, this will be dv. So, dv over dt, or that is the acceleration, is equals to 6 t plus 2. So, substitute nyo lang. Ano nga sinasabi? At 3 seconds. So, acceleration will be equals to 6 times 3 plus 2. So, 18 plus 2, or that will be equals sa 20 feet per second squared. Excuse me. Okay. So, we're done. Again, I'll give you 2 minutes to copy the solution. So, you may start copying. Okay guys, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so problem number 3. So again, basahin natin. So the motion of a particle is given by the relation na acceleration is equal to 4t squared, where a is in feet per second squared and t is in seconds. So when the time t is equal to 0, the velocity is 2 feet per second and s is equal to 4t. Find the value of v and s when t is equal to 2 seconds. So again, maganda dyan, isulat muna ulit natin yung equation na gagamitin natin, where a is equal to 4t squared. So knowing that yung acceleration mo is equal to dv all over dt, and yung velocity is just equal to ds all over dt, so we need to find the velocity and yung displacement niya. So after or at 2 seconds. Okay, so titigang mabuti yung inyong equation or yung problem. Ano ba ang muna natin gagawin dyan? So again, yung inyong acceleration, so that can be related to dv over dt is equals to 4t squared. So pag taas yung dt, the equation will be dv is equals to 4t squared dt. So anong nagagawin dyan? So just take the integral of this both sides. So nung sabi, nagbigay kasi siya ng condition na kapag at time 0, the velocity is equals to 2 feet per second. So yung upper limit mo, so ang hinahanap nga, at 2 seconds, so ito is magiging 2, what will be the velocity? Yan, integral nyo lang to. So integral of dv, so that will be v. Ito is magiging 4t cubed all over 3. So ito has a limit from 2 hanggang velocity. So yung v na inlet lang natin siyang v. And then this one, so from 0 up to 2 seconds. So upper limit, so v minus the lower limit, ayan, is equals to 4, substitute nyo lang to ng 2 cube all over 3. And then ito, I believe this will be equals lang sa 0. 0 na natin, okay? So what will be the velocity? So 2 cubed, 8 times 4, 32 over 3 plus 2. So panindigan natin, hindi tayo magkakalyo. So 32, common divisible, 3, 6, 2, 38 over 3. So ano natin to i-check? So, wala. Hindi natin talaga maano. So, check lang natin guys ha. So, 338. Ayaw po pindot. Delay sa akin. 338 divided by 3. So, 12.6667. So, tama na to. Ganyan na lang natin. Okay, so this time, isolve naman natin yung kanyang S at 2 seconds. So, ang gagawin natin doon, para makuha natin yung displacement niyang S, kailangan muna natin i-simplify ito, no? So, i-simplify ko na lang to. Ayan, kakailanganin kasi natin yung equation na yan. So, bakit? So, ang gawin muna natin, di ba ito, v minus 2, ayan, upper limit minus lower limit, is equals to 4t cubed all over 3, and then minus 0. So, v is equals to 4t cubed over 3. And then, transpose mo sa kabila. So, magiging plus 2. So, ito yung equation mo ng velocity. So, knowing that yung velocity mo is equals lang sa ds over dt. Diba? So, in short, yung equation natin is magiging ganito na siya. So, ds. So, itaas ko na lang yung dt. So, 4t cubed all over 3. All over 3 plus 2 dt. Ayan. So, anong gagawin natin? Tama. So, integrate both sides. Again, the lower limit. So, ano ba yung displacement niya? Kapag ang time mo is 0. So, that is equal sa 4. And, yung upper limit ng time, so that will be 2. And then, ito nga yung unknown. So, ilat na lang natin siyang s. So, integral of this, so that will be s lang with the limits of 4 up to s. So, ito, integrate natin. So, 4t So, ito 3 plus 1. Didiretso ko na guys ha. 4. So, divide ko siya na exponent. So, ang gagawin ko, hindi ko muna pagsasamahin ha. Kasi alam ko na ma-cancel to. Ayan. So, with the limits of 0 to 2. And then, sunod, plus integral nito. So, 2t with the limits of 0 to 2. Ayan. So, upper limit minus lower limit is equals to 2 raised to 4 all over 3. And then, minus 0. And then, plus 2 raised to multiply by 2 and then minus 2 times 0. So, cancel mo na lang to. Tsaka ito. Ayan. So, simplify lang natin. So, itong S mo, so that will be equals lang sa 2 raised to 4. So, ano ba 2 raised to 4? 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. So, 16 over 3. So, plus 4. And then, transpose ko to sa kabila. So, magiging plus 4. So, magiging 8 na lang siya. Or that is equals lang sa, with a common divisor, 3. So, times ko to ng 3. 8 times 3, 24. Plus 16. So, magiging 40. So, that is 40 all over 3. So, S. So, that is in feet. So, check nga natin kung ano nga siya. Kung 40 over 3 nga ba. So, 40 divided by 3. Ayun. So, nakuha natin. So far, hindi pa tayo gumagamit ng calcu for checking lang talaga siya. Alright, so again, I will give you time para kumopya. So please copy. I'll give you again 2 minutes. Guys, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so let's start with the next problem. So a bullet is fired vertically downward in the fluid medium with an initial velocity of 60 meters per second at time 0 and S is equals to 0. So due to the drag resistance of the fluid, the projectile experiences a deceleration of acceleration is equals to negative 0.4 b cubed meter per second squared, where b is in meter per second. Determine the bullet's velocity and position 4 seconds after it is fired. So again, ang gawin natin, alam natin that yung acceleration mo is equal sa dv all over dt. Okay? Next, yung velocity natin, alam natin nga yan ay equal sa ds all over dt. And yung relationship ng dalawa in terms of its dt, so makakagawa ka ng equation na v dv is equals to a ds. So, isulat natin ulit yung equation na gagamitin natin dito. So, yung acceleration mo can be written as 0.4 v cubed. Okay? And, using this relationship, yung acceleration natin, pwede natin gawin is isulat natin siya in terms of dv over dt. Okay? So, pag samasamahin natin yung magkakapareho dyan, so ang equation mo ay magiging ganito. So, ang gawin ko, dito sa left side ng equation, nandito yung mga dt. Okay, so ilagay ko na yung constant, 0.4 dt is equals to v cube, 0.4 dt. So, magiging v cube all over tv. Ay, baligtad pala. Sorry. So, magiging ganito siya. V cube, dv all over v cube. Okay? So, ito, i-copy ko lang. And then, ang gagawin ko sa v cube, itataas ko siya. Okay? So, magiging negative v cube dv na siya. And then, after that, ano yung sunod natin gagawin dito? So, diba, we will take integral of both sides. So, integrate lang natin to. Ayan. So, ang sabi dyan, at time 0, yung kanyang velocity is equivalent to 60 meter per seconds. Okay? Ngayon, ano pa ba yung isa pang pinapahanap? Velocity and position. Okay, so ang gagawin ko dito para, kasi mabubuo natin equation dito, gagamitin naman natin siya. Yung equation na bubuo natin in terms of velocity, papalitan natin siya ng ds all over dt. Kaya yung upper limit, though may sinabi dito na 4 seconds, ilalat ko muna siya as time t. Okay, kasi nga bubuo tayo ng equation which is in terms of this variable. Okay, so itong upper limit, ilalat ko lang siyang v. Okay, so gawin natin to. So negative 0.4, so that will be negative 0.4. So integral of dt, so magiging t lang yan with the limits of 0 to t. And then ito, so negative v cube, integral ng negative v cube, so magiging plus 1, so magiging negative 2 all over negative 2 with the limits of 60 hanggang sa v. So substitute lang natin yung mga values, so magiging upper limit, so 0.4 times t, and then minus lower limit. So since time 0 yan, so equals ko na lang siya sa 0. Okay lang ba? And then ito, i-copy lang natin, v is to negative 2 over negative 2, and then minus 60 raised to 2 all over negative 2. Okay, so i-simplify pa natin lalo siya. So, ang gawin natin, i-transpose natin tong part ng equation na to dito sa kabila. And then, ayan. So, gawin natin, lipat natin siya doon. Or, ganito yung magiging equation niya. So, v raised to negative 2 all over negative 2. So, pinagpalit ko lang ng position na is equals to negative 0.4 t. So, negative, negative. So, magiging positive. So, ito magiging minus lang din. Tama? So, i-simplify lang natin tong terms na to. So, that will be 60. Negative 60. Tama ba? 60 raised to negative 2. And then, divided by 2. So, magiging 1 over 7,200. Okay, so paano pa ba natin siya mapapasimplify? So, since may negative yung both sides, ayan. So, ang pwede natin gawin na natin siyang positive. Ano? So, ito negative, negative, negative. So, times mo lang both sides ng negative 1 para maging ano na siya, positive. Okay? So, when we multiply both sides by negative 1, so magiging positive na yan. Okay, so ano ba sunod natin gagawin? So, ito ang medyo madugo pala. 1 over 2, so binaba ko lang para maging b squared, is equals to 0.4 t plus 1 over 7,200. Okay, so paano pa ba siya masisimplify? So, ano natin na ito medyo maano eh. So, 1 over 2. So, ganito yung gawin natin. So, itataas ko siya. Magiging b squared is equals to 1 over 2. So, with the quantity of 0.4 t plus 1 over 7,200. Okay, so pwede ba natin siyang i-simplify? Sige, ano natin? Distribute natin yung baba. So, ito magiging 1 over 2 and then multiply. So, common divisor na 7,200. So, ito multiply natin ng 7,200 So, magiging t yan. And then, plus 1. Okay lang? Tapos, itataas natin yung 7,200. So, the final equation of velocity is b squared. So, 7,200 all over 2 multiply by 0.4 then 7,200t and then plus 1. Okay, so para ma-solve yung v, so just take the square root of both sides para ma-cancel or erase natin both sides ng 1/2. So the final equation will be v is equals to 7,200 all over 2 times 0.4 and 7,200t and then plus 1. Ayan. So naka-square root na siya. Ayan. So at, ano ba yung sabi doon? So at t is equals to 4 seconds. So palitan mo lang to ng 4. So mahanap natin yung velocity. So hopefully makuha natin tong 0.559. So sige, substitute lang natin. So that will be square root of 7,200 times 2. So kung may naisip kayong much better na simplification itong equation, i-try nyo rin yan. So if tama naman yung gagawin nyo na pag-simplify pa, dapat pareho lang nang lalabas na sagot. So 7 times 4 plus 1. Ayun. So lumabas yung 0.559. 5,590. Okay? Meter per second. Ayan. So, nakuha natin yung una. So, paano naman yung pangalawa? So, para doon sa pangalawa, ganun lang din ang gagawin nyo. So, this time, itong equation na to, di ba alam naman natin na v is equals to ds over dt. So, mangyayari dyan, ds all over dt. So, taas na natin yung t. So, magiging ganito siya. So, square root of 7,200 all over 2 times 0.4 times 7,200 t and then plus 1. So, magiging dt. So, take integral of both sides. Ayan. So, dito, ang sabi, at time 0, so, itong lower limit dito is 0. The displacement here is 0. So, ang pinapahanap dito is yung S. Okay? And this time, ang pwede natin gawin, idiretso na natin dito na 4. So, gawin natin calculator na lang ha. Kasi ito, ang mangyayari sa equation na to is S minus 0. So, okay na yan. So, ibig sabihin, ito kahit pindutin mo na lang sa ALQ. So, try natin para mabilis na yung solution since limited na yung space. So, diretso na natin sa ALQ. So, 7,200 then divided by 2 then the quantity of 0.4 times 7,200. So, ito gawin ko siyang x. And then, tama ba? Plus 1. So, ang limits niya, ito, lower limit is 0, and then upper limit is 4. So, medyo matagal lang to. At, ayan. So, lumabas naman, So, 4.4307. 4.4307 meters. Okay. So, pwede mo na i-cancel yung 0. Alright. So, check natin if pwede yung ganito using this. Nasa ba yung nito? Sige. I-try natin So, integral of... Tingnan ko lang kung tama yung naisip ko. So, gawin natin tong x alpha x, alpha x raised to negative 3. So, ito ay magiging over negative 0.4. Ito ha, tinitingnan ko lang to. Ayan, sinisimplify ko lang. And then, ang limits niya is from hindi pala, velocity nga pala yun. Hindi kaya pala. You need to simplify first kasi nga ito ay 60. Oo, hindi siya kaya. Okay guys, so ayun. So again, i-try nyo i-simplify to kung gusto nyo mas mapaano pa. Pero directly sa ALQ, pwede na siyang idiretso. Okay, ito kasi hindi pwede kasi may V ka pa dito. So iniisip ko ito kasi T. So i-add ko lang ng 4 kaso wala ka pa nga palang V. Yung upper limit mo is still unknown. Ito nga pala yung hinahanap. So kailangan mo talaga siyang i-simplify pa bago mo ma-solve itong para sa velocity. Okay? So sige guys, I'll give you time to copy. So 2 minutes again. So you may start copying. So ito guys is more of algebraic manipulation. So kung paano mo mas mapasi-simplify. So yung ginawa ko, alam ko may better version pa nito. So inano ko lang yung based do sa stock knowledge. Pero kung mas mapapaano nyo to, mas mapapaikli itong equation na to, mas maganda. Pero again, as long as pareho ko lang naman lalabas na sagot, wala namang magiging problema kung di mo siya ma-simplify nung gaya nung dati na So kahit ganito na lang yung maging equation mo, okay lang naman yun. And if you have the opportunity to use the calculator na, ito kasi wala talagang pag-asa. Hindi siya talaga pwedeng idiretso sa ALQ. So unlike dito, kung pwede mo na siyang idiretso, so isaksak mo na agad sa ALQ. So para makuha mo agad yung sagot. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so for our next problem, basahin ulit natin. The velocity of a particle moving along the x-axis is defined by v is equal to v cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x, where v is in meter per second and x is in meters. Compute the velocity and acceleration when x is 2 meters. Alright guys, so para do sa una kasi, wala tayong magiging problema. Bakit? Kasi yung given equation mo, para do sa A, ang hinahanap is yung velocity. So given ka ng equation ng velocity which is in terms of x, or ito yung parang s natin or yung displacement. So the equation is given as x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x. Ngayon ang hinahanap is yung velocity at x is equals to 2 meters. So in short, ang gagawin mo dyan, isa-substitute nyo lang yung value ng x dito sa equation ng velocity. Or that will be equals sa 2 cubed minus 4 times 2 squared plus 6 times 2. Or the velocity will be equals lang sa 2 cubed and then minus 4 times 2 plus may squared pa pala yan, plus 6 times 2. Ayan, so 4 meter per seconds. Okay, so for the second question, ang hinahanap for letter B is yung ating acceleration. Okay? So, again, knowing that yung equation natin is given ng velocity in terms of x, or x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x. So, anong gagawin natin dito? Okay, so, itry natin muna siyang i-derivative both sides. Ano? So, dv. So, ito magiging 3x squared minus 8x plus 6. So, factor out ko lang yung dx. Okay, so, knowing itong mga relationship na to, ano ba yung pwede nating ma-produce na equation? So, again, ang kailangan natin is mahanap yung acceleration. So, paano ba tayo makakabuo na equation for acceleration? So, a dx v dv. So, kung magagawa ko ng equation of in terms of v dv, eto na siya. Kung multiply ko lang ng velocity, kasi wala akong dx. So, at x is equals to 2. So, kailangan ko lang gawin guys is mapagmukha ko siyang ganito siguro. Ayan. So, para mapalabas natin yung equation na yan. Kaso, okay, so try natin to dv. Ito, try natin. So, di ba ito yung ating equation for velocity. And ito yung dv. And so, ito na siya. Di ba? So, kung a dx yan, copy ko lang to, is equals to v dv. So, ito, copy ko lang. So, magiging x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x. And then, multiply ito na 3x squared minus 8x plus 6 dx. Okay, so, itong dx mo will be cancelled out. So, matitira na lang sa'yo is yung acceleration. Okay, so, try natin. Ayan. So, ito na siya. Ang gagawin natin, ang x natin is papalitan natin ng value ng 2. So, input lang natin ito sa alq. So, quantity of 2 cube minus 4 times 2 squared plus 6 times 2 times the quantity of 3 times 2 squared, and then minus 8x, so 8 times 2 plus 6. Ayun. Wow, magic. So, 8 meter per second squared. Okay, so napalabas naman natin. Ayan. So guys, mapapaisip ka talaga dito. Ano? So sabi ko nga sa inyo, maganda. At least na-review nyo yung mga notes nyo sa integral and differential. Ano? So ang ginawa ko, hinabol ko lang talaga siya. Mapagmukha ko siyang ganito. Kaya ko siya dinerivative. Kasi ang alam ko na itong problem na to is papatak sa case 4 or 5. Kasi nga yung velocity mo is in terms of x or yung displacement. Okay, so ginawa ko, dinifferentiate ko lang yung given equation. And then kinuha ko yung relationship ng dalawa in terms of dt. A dx and then yung v dv. So hinabol ko, ito, ayan, alam ko na ganito siya. And meron naman siyang value. So 4v, that is x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x. And yung dv, nung dinifferentiate ko siya. So naging 3x squared minus 8x plus 6dx. So nangyari nga, ayun, minultiply ko lang yung dalawa. And then yung dx will be cancelled out. Ang natira na lang sa isang side ng equation mo is yung acceleration. Then after that, tsaka mo substitute yung value ng x, which is equals to 2. Okay? So I hope you're tired, Chen. So again, please copy guys. I'll give you 2 minutes. Alright guys, so that ends our discussion for the topic na variable acceleration. Again, dyan sa end ng inyong module, meron dyan mga practice problem set na sasagutan nyo. Again, sagutan nyo na. I will upload a Dropbox sa inyong LMS for the submission of your answers. So siguro I'll give you again 1 to 2 weeks since meron pa tayong isang pending na activity. So gawin nyo muna yon bago ito. So ayun lang. Okay, so see you guys on our next video and next topic. Thank you and have a nice day.